I'm Dave Abrams.
And I'm Kristin Lagana. Welcome to Arundel County Week in Review. In this episode, we'll talk to kids about back to school, and we'll tell you about how you can be a better steward to your environment. But first, making headlines this week. There's been a lot of exciting news about efforts to clean up our waterways. Well, now the county has a new program about to kick off that asks local businesses to come up with innovative ways to do just that. This year's budget includes $5 million for a partnership between the county and private companies to remove phosphorus and nitrogen from the bay. A request for proposals will go out in a few weeks, and vendors will compete for the project award. Here's what County Executive Steve Shue had to say about the initiative.
Things today are better than they have been in many decades. The bay is probably healthier today than it has been since the 1950s, and maybe even longer ago than that. We're determined to continue building on that progress by repairing these failing stormwater pipes and outfalls like we'll see today, culverts and other infrastructure, and restoring these impaired creeks and waterways and failing stormwater ponds. Our budget reflects the priority of this effort. We have included in our 6-year plan $253 million of projects to improve our waterways. That's the largest investment in waterway cleanup in Anne Arundel County history.
Current federal and state mandates could require the county to undertake more than $900 million in waterway improvement projects. Hopefully this process will encourage people to come up with a whole new way to get more bang for the buck. And this is kind of like American Idol for waterway improvement, Dave.
Right?
We need your best, or Hunger Games.
Oh.
All in
so
the arena.
In one you have to sing, and in the other you could die.
Yeah.
I like that. I mean, we have to make it exciting, you know?
It is exciting.
It is exciting, but it doesn't sound exciting when you start talking about RFPs and engineering and
But I think it's
all
exciting
that
to see
stuff.
who's going to actually come up with what.
Right.
So.
Maybe somebody will come up with some revolutionary, you know, you do an eyedropper in the water and all of a sudden, woo,
Yeah.
clean.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be nice
pretty neat
if we
stuff.
could just do that?
Speaking of phosphorus.
Oh my, there's this phosphorus among us.
Well, I went to the Smithsonian Museum of Natural History over the weekend.
Oh yes, good segue.
That was really exciting. I don't know when's the last time you out there have been there. I think for me it was 5th grade at Davidsonville Elementary.
Probably.
So it was really exciting, but I took some time on the first floor where we were talking about natural habitats and watched a presentation from a scientist. This was all video. And she had a really cool job. She lives in the Caribbean and she injects phosphorus and I think nitrogen into mangroves to see how they grow because they've been having so much exposure to it. And she was talking about how she grew up playing in swamps because I'm watching this woman walking around in this nasty water and she was like a kid. And it was really exciting that she found a career doing what she loves and playing in the environment she loves. And it was neat that she's in the Caribbean. So.
I've already done that.
Okay.
Well, if you're a technology fan like us, you'll love this story. How about a robot county councilman?
How about a robot?
It's not the future, Kristin, it's now. It's straight out of the hit comedy Big Bang Theory, and Councilman Pete Smith is a Marine who has been assigned to Virginia for 10 weeks. He didn't want to miss any important votes with the council, so he wasn't sure what to do. He attended a school board meeting where a student attended virtually because he was too sick fighting cancer to attend in person. So Smith figures, why not do the same thing?
The charter doesn't speak to physically present, it just says present. Well, the Court of Appeals, the State Court of Appeals has already weighed in on it.
Yeah.
On a similar case that they had in Baltimore City where their Board of Appeals, or one of their boards, one of the members was participating via phone conference. And whoever was the recipient of that decision appealed it to the courts, the circuit court. Well, the Court of Appeals took hold and said, that complainant said that he didn't believe that that individual should have voted because he wasn't there. The Court of Special Appeals disagreed. They said the term present doesn't necessarily equate to physically present. In this day and age, from a technological standpoint, you can certainly be present via a multitude of ways. And so when I saw that decision, I said, and our charter didn't prohibit it. Yeah. It doesn't speak to it. I was like, well, this has to work.
Kristin, how cool is this? Robots! Mr. Roboto.
I love Big Bang Theory. Do you watch it?
Oh my God, yes.
So good. Sheldon.
I mean, it's a little done now, but
I like what he said. This one episode. I like parties just as much as the next guy. If the next guy doesn't like parties.
Good stuff.
They're good.
Well, I think the council meeting on September 6th is going to be must-see TV. Now, of course, we will be broadcasting the meeting here on Arundel TV, little plug there, live at 7 p.m. on that Tuesday night. For those who don't watch The Big Bang Theory, here's what Shellbot looks like. This is Shellbot. And now we have CouncilBot or SmithBot or something like that. We'll have a similar contraption.
What do you think we need a date bot? So when you're out on vacation next week, we have someone to do the show?
That is a great idea.
Right?
I need to ask SmithBot if I can borrow SmithBot and make DaveBot.
Although I do hear
the
that
possibilities are endless.
Through the grapevine, we have a pretty cool co-host next week. So
actually, it's the week after.
Week after.
That's right.
So
should we just keep it a secret so people don't know?
Shh.
Okay, we're not going to tell.
Not telling.
We're not going to tell.
Well, we always like to highlight charities and nonprofits who are making a difference in the community. And this week we went out on some deliveries with Meals on Wheels, a Baltimore-based nonprofit that delivers 800,000 nutritious meals a year in this region. County Executive Shu stopped by the Pascal Senior Center to see the volunteers in action, many of whom have been delivering meals for decades. They have about 200 clients in Anne Arundel County, and they're always looking for more volunteers. We talked to Volunteer Director Ellen Falk about the program.
We make over 5,000 meals every single day, Monday through Friday, and then they're gone and distributed to 7 different counties in Maryland. So we're the central Maryland area. In October the 3rd of 1960, we delivered 10 meals, and from there, that's how it has started. And we have different sites all over the Baltimore City, Baltimore County, Howard, Anne Arundel, Hartford, Montgomery, Carroll County, as well as Howard County. I think I got them all. So we really cover a wide range of areas. We have 27 vans that are out on the road delivering meals, and we have close to 2,000 volunteers that help us to get the meals out to our clients.
Dave, you mentioned meals. Do they have snacks?
I think they do. If they don't, they should have snacks.
Snacks on Wheels?
I like it. Maybe we could start our own.
Meals on Wheels, though, legit awesome program. I've volunteered with them before, so if you are looking out there to do volunteer work, you should look up Meals on Wheels.
Absolutely.
Great program.
Absolutely great program. Well, we're going to take a quick break, and when we return, we'll talk to Susan Etgen about the Watershed Stewards Academy. Take a look at our community calendar for events happening around town, and we'll be right back.
Hey, look, it's those guys. Are you good to drive?
I'm fine.
How many did you have?
I should be fine.
You should be.
Go and step out of the vehicle for me.
See ya, buddy. Good luck. So turns out, buzz driving and drunk driving, they're the same thing, and it costs around $10,000. So not worth it.
Welcome back. Joining us in the studio this week, we're delighted to have Miss Suzanne Etgen, who is the Executive Director for the Watershed Stewards Academy. Suzanne, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you for coming. And we've had such good news about how the health of our waterways has improved, so it's really exciting to have you on the show today. Tell us about how you got involved with Watersheds and how the Academy came to be.
So the Watershed Stewards Academy is a nonprofit organization, and we're based out at Arlington Echo Outdoor Education Center. I'm sure a lot of your viewers have been out there for environmental education.
From your neck of the woods.
So we're a nonprofit organization, and our purpose is to empower communities to clean up their local waterways. And it's a really fun story about how we got started. I was the outdoor educator out at Arlington Echo about 15 years ago, right when the Department of Public Works began to understand that stormwater runoff is really polluting our waterways. So they began to do new projects that mimicked nature, that used plants and trees to clean the water. And they asked Arlington Echo to bring students out to plant those projects. So students would come, their parents would come, the communities would come, and everybody would begin to realize that they had a role to play in waterway restoration. And so people began to ask us, what can we do in our community? What can I do at my house? So we began to work with all of those different communities, and we understood three things. We understood that people really want to be part of the solution. We understood that people don't really know how to get started. And then we understood that there just are not resources within the government to really respond to everyone's desire to become involved. And so we created the Watershed Stewards Academy to train and support regular community citizens to help their communities take action to restore waterways.
And how young is the Academy?
So we started in 2008, December of 2008, and we are getting ready to train our 9th class of Master Watershed Stewards.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
And I'm glad you brought that up, because I've heard this over the years. Obviously, the stormwater effort got a lot bigger in the last couple of years. And what people probably don't know is that Anne Arundel County was like a leader in this. I mean, we were way ahead of the curve, and we were doing these projects that everyone's seeing now. We've been doing them for a long time, but they were just, one here, one there. And now it's like, gangbusters. It's going on all over the county. So it's good that people know that I mean, as the county executive always says, we're the water people. So it makes sense that, we would be the first ones to do this, but we're like a model for other jurisdictions.
We are a model for other jurisdictions, and when I travel around the state and the region, everybody is jealous that I am from Anne Arundel County.
They should be.
Have such great leadership, and we are the first Watershed Stewards Academy in the state of Maryland, and since we started in 2009, we've helped several other jurisdictions here in Maryland start academies. There are academies in upstate New York, in Pennsylvania, in Minnesota. And so this idea of engaging citizens to be part of the solution is one that started right here in Anne Arundel County with the foresight of our local county government and our local county schools. And it's really caught wildfire.
I didn't know we were the first. That's
We're
really
a trailblazer,
awesome.
yes.
Yeah,
Trailblazers.
Now, do you
Thanks to Suzanne.
have to be some sort of like ecological biophysics major to be able to do this, or
No,
what
in
does
fact,
it take to be able to be a watershed steward?
So Master Watershed Stewards can be anyone from a community in Anne Arundel County, and by community we mean your regular residential community. Some people represent their houses of worship. Some people come from businesses and are the watershed steward for their business, and some people come from school settings. And so you need to be from a community. You don't need to have any prior knowledge or skills, but we have a certification course that runs from October to April every year, and we provide all of the skills and knowledge and resources that someone needs to help their community take really relevant action to really reduce pollution.
You mentioned that a big point of your outreach is educating folks on what they can do. So what are some things you can do around your home?
Yeah, so watershed stewards, the main role of the watershed steward is to help people understand what they can do on their own property. And we talk about sort of two categories of action. One is just changing our habits. There's a lot of things that we do, sometimes unknowingly, that put pollution in the waterways. So our pets, picking up after our pets.
That's a big one.
It is a big one. A single gram of dog waste can have 26 million bacteria.
Oof.
And all of our waterways are closed to human and pet contact after a rainstorm. And so that bacteria that's getting into the water is primarily coming from pet waste. And so that's really something big and important that we can do. We can make changes in the way that we mow our lawns and fertilize our lawns. So there are ways that We can take care of our lawns that are much better on the waterway.
Leave the bag off when you're mowing, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
let
let
those
the
clippings
clippings
lie.
Yeah.
They're natural fertilizer, sure. And then you don't have to put extra fertilizer on. You can reduce your energy use. A lot of our nitrogen coming to our waterways just comes from air pollution. And when we reduce our energy use, we can reduce air pollution, so that helps. So there's a lot of habits, many, many, many habits. And then you can also make changes in your yard to help water slow down, spread out, and soak into the ground. So people might have heard of rain barrels to capture
yes.
the water.
Yep.
Rain gardens do a similar thing. They're a bowl-shaped garden that captures the water and helps it sink in. Trees are a wonderful idea. Reducing the size of your lawn, replacing lawn with native plants and trees. So there are many, many low-tech, low-cost things that people could do right now, right in their yards, but they just don't know what to do. And so Watershed Stewards are out there to help community members understand what they can do and how to do it.
Do you get a badge? I think you should get a badge.
Dave always wants a badge.
I always want a badge
Boy
so I
Scout.
can stand there and go. Clean up that pet waste.
You do get a name tag.
See?
And it says
There you go.
Master Watershed Steward. And Dave, you could become a
Dave's
Master
gonna sign
Watershed
up
Steward.
now.
Done. That's all I wanted.
So if anyone's out there interested in more information about, by the way, rain barrels, where's a good place to grab a rain barrel?
Well, you can get rain barrels from many places now. Arlington Echo does make rain barrels. The food grade recycled barrels. You can also get them from a number of vendors. We do recommend that you look at your rain barrel carefully before you decide to buy one, to make sure that it has the right parts, and your local Watershed Steward could help you understand what kind of barrel to get.
See what she did
There
there?
you go. Tie it right back around.
Right.
Are you looking for volunteers ever for events or for activities that you guys are doing, so people besides stewards to come out and volunteer?
That is a great question. So Watershed Stewards are putting projects in all the time. They put in 350 projects last year. And we have, oftentimes they need community volunteers, so we have an e-blast that goes out, and we have a calendar on our website, which is aawsa.org.
Perfect. That's
And we're
what I
going
was
to
gonna
put
ask.
up, you have some Masters Stewards classes coming up.
Yes.
And we're going to put those up on the screen right now so people see the dates and times. Tell us about how that works, how long it
Sure.
is, and what you have to do.
Sure. So the Watershed Stewards Academy certification course is beginning in October. We'll take 25 people into that program. But in order to apply, you attend an informational orientation first. So we have 2 upcoming informational orientations, one on August 31st and one on September 8th. And those meetings are intended to give people the information that they need to understand if the Academy certification course is right for them. And so if anyone's interested in becoming a Master Watershed Steward, they should sign up for one of those 2 orientations, but if they can't come to either of those dates, I can be contacted and we can arrange a different time. And applications are due on September 12th. So the course begins on October 8th, so we're on a sprint toward the beginning of training our next class.
Very exciting. Well, we encourage everyone out there to pop on over to the website, see more information on how to become a steward or just volunteer, or get some more tips on how to deal with stormwater runoff and be a better steward to your environment in your own yard.
And don't wait, do it now.
Do it now. Suzanne, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yes,
Thank you.
come back whenever. We'll be right back with more Week in Review right after this. Don't go anywhere.
Places, everybody.
Light check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Everything looks good on our end.
And lights.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Welcome back. Well, Dave says the darndest things, kids say the darndest things, and so does our very own Sara Gannon.
Yes, she does.
So with school coming back in session next week, we had Sara interview some local kids about that very topic. Sara?
Thanks, Kristin and Dave. We are at Tickneck Park today and out and about in Pasadena, and I ran into these 3 young men, and they're going to talk to me a little bit about school starting next week. Are you guys excited?
Yeah.
You guys don't sound very excited.
Yeah!
Woo, I think they are. So tell me, what do you guys like best about school?
Seeing my friends, and yeah.
Do you have a favorite teacher?
No.
No, you don't have a favorite teacher. I hope they don't hear that where you go to school. How about you? You have a favorite teacher?
Yeah, my favorite teacher is Miss Grula.
Miss Gula. Now, what does she teach?
Science.
Science. Very cool. Now, what did you guys do this summer? Anything exciting?
I went to a summer camp. I don't know. Go on. We did agility camp at Chesapeake High School.
Very cool.
Yeah, me and my brother, we did agility camp and we went on vacation and basically just hung outside the whole summer.
Where'd you guys go on vacation?
Hilton Head and North Carolina.
Very good. Did you go anywhere on vacation?
Yeah, Disney World.
You saw Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. All right, so I have to ask, do you think summer's too long or is it too short?
Too short.
It's too short.
Too short. Way too short.
Way too short. I like that answer. Way too short. So, what are you guys looking forward to other than seeing your friends at school? Is there any like special events that happen, or what do you guys think about school?
Can be fun, can be not fun.
What's not fun about it?
Doing so much work.
Yeah.
Sometimes work's fun, but sometimes it's not.
Yeah. How about you?
Not excited for school, but I'm excited for recess.
Recess, the best topic at school was recess. How about lunch? I like lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I think he likes lunch.
All right. So, moving into school, you start next Monday?
Yeah.
Is that right? And not too long, you'll be doing Halloween. Halloween will be coming up.
Yeah.
So that's exciting, right? Do you have any favorite projects or anything, any school events that happen? I know you guys have Race for Education.
Yeah, that's fun. Last year we did the color run.
You did the color run, very cool.
Yeah, that was fun. I didn't do jump for, what is it? Jump rope for heart. Yeah, jump rope for heart, but everybody said that was fun, and
okay,
that's all.
All right. What's your favorite subjects?
Math, recess, lunch, that's a subject. Science, social studies, that's all.
Wow, how about you guys?
Math. I like science.
You like science?
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. You guys watching the Olympics?
Yeah.
Who are you pulling for in the Olympics?
Michael Phelps. Yeah, Michael Phelps. He already had his lessons. Yeah, I know. But I kind of wish Justin Gatlin would have beat Usain Bolt, but I mean. And Katie Ledecky. Yeah, Katie Ledecky's doing good. Yeah, she's doing really good.
Yeah. Very good. You know who I'm pulling for? The girls, field hockey.
Oh, men's basketball. Oh, girls field hockey. Yeah, they lost by 1 yesterday.
I know, to Germany.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. All right, well, guys, thanks for joining me out here on this hot day to tell me about your summer and what's coming up in the fall. And back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Sarah. Lunch was my favorite subject, too. Turkey gravy day. What?
No, the Elio's pizza.
Oh, the little square
Pizza
things?
day.
Was
I
that
think
the
Friday was pizza day.
Was that the square ones?
Oh, yeah.
Those are good. I think
They still have
steak
those.
sub. Steak sub was pretty big. Yeah.
In elementary school?
Yeah, steak sub.
Give you a steak sub?
Yeah, it was like the little frozen steak things, like steakums, on little like 4-inch sub roll. It was fun.
Are you
though.
excited for the first day of school?
You know what? It's so funny. Even as an adult, just that change in the temperature suddenly, and just the general hype, I still get those butterflies.
All right, here's my get off my lawn comment.
Okay.
The traffic gets worse, and it takes me longer to get to work,
It
and I'm
does.
like, ugh.
But important PSA, just a reminder to everyone out there.
That's right.
When you see a school bus, either if you're coming from the opposite way or you're behind the school bus, and you see that little stop sign start to go out, stop. Even if you're not sure if you're supposed to stop.
That's right.
Stop. Because there's been
you've witnessed some
I've
some
saw
malfeasance
some horrifying videos lately
Yeah.
of people. I saw one lady take her minivan up on a sidewalk to get around the school bus because it was
Because
stopped.
technically you're not on the road. That's like the dating rule that like it's not cheating if you're in a
Like
different
it's
zip code.
Jean-Claude Van Damme driving the
No,
van.
she figures if she's not on the roadway, then technically she's not breaking the law.
That's not the way to do it.
Now,
And-
of course, she's breaking the law because she has left the roadway, and
Yeah.
she probably killed a pedestrian walking on the sidewalk.
Right, and by law, you're supposed to stop at a stop sign, and that's what these buses have flying out. And now
It
they're
extends in perpetuity. You can't
It
just
does,
go
and even
around
if you're
it.
coming the opposite way, yes, you're supposed to stop, because if kids are crossing in front of the bus to cross the street, you're right in that line of traffic.
And how about, as you mentioned off camera, don't speed up
Don't
to
speed
try
up
and beat the bus.
To try and beat the bus.
Don't do that.
And now there are a lot of buses that are being equipped with cameras. You can get a fine.
Oh, yeah.
So don't
That's
do it.
right. And you can
If-
scroll down on our page right now and you can watch a video all about that has all the details.
Yes. So if safety does not motivate you, maybe a fine will.
Man, this got really serious
saying.
really fast.
Sorry, but back to school.
Wait, I have to give you Diane Krogan's pet peeve as well, our chief,
All right.
our chief of staff.
Is this a new segment?
Yeah.
Diane's pet peeve.
Yeah, Diane's pet peeves. Wow, big graphic. So she said that she has seen people in a divided highway where there's a median in the way in the middle and there's two lanes going either direction. People stopping on the opposite side of the divided highway for the bus. Now that's a little excessive.
Okay, clearly the kid's not gonna.
We know you're trying to do your best, but if
That's different.
Let's map this out.
Yeah.
If you're going southbound on Route 2,
Okay. Yeah.
and you see a bus coming toward you going northbound,
Right.
and the stop sign comes out, you don't have to stop.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Only if the bus is in front of you, folks. Okay? If the bus is coming towards you, wait,
No.
I'm getting that wrong.
If you're on a
I'm going to confuse people.
Yeah. Don't listen to anything Dave
If
just
you're
said.
in a divided highway like Route 2, yes. If
Yes.
you're on a regular road
regular
that has two
residential,
ways, you must stop
must
on both
stop.
sides of the bus.
Yes. There you go. There you go. What was your favorite subject?
Don't write me letters, people.
What was your favorite subject in school?
Oh, man. It had to be, I'm going to say music.
Yeah, well, obviously that would be mine too. But
Right.
here's a little known fact. Kristin Lagana, teenage Kristin Lagana, pretty good at physics and chemistry.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, bit of a science nerd.
And now you're a safety monitor.
Well, that's part of my job. I have many roles I play, just like I did in high school.
I heard you have a very prestigious position in safety for the
It's not
Department of Public-
prestigious. I am just a mere
Do you have a
safety
badge?
coordinator.
Do you have a
I am not
badge?
as high up as others.
You're a safety coordinator.
I'm a safety coordinator.
Were you a patrol in,
I was not
in
patrol.
school?
No.
You were not a patrol? I
But
was a patrol.
I feel like I have prepared myself for this.
See, when
day.
you're a patrol, you get a belt, you get a badge.
What's with you and badges?
I don't know. It's like Elvis. Elvis always wanted a badge,
crazy.
and Nixon gave him a badge.
Well,
and
there you
I want a
go.
badge too. I want
There
a
you go.
Watershed Steward badge or a safety coordinator badge or something.
Okay. Well, tell me about Dave in high school.
Ugh.
Were you a geek?
Lots of
Were you a
pimples.
nerd? Were you weird? Were
Yeah,
you popular?
all of the
Were you a
above.
jock?
Yes. No.
No.
No. I don't know. I was definitely class clown material.
Yeah.
God help me if people from high school are watching this now.
We'll take your calls.
Definitely class clown. Definitely not a jock.
You have a story to share? Just go ahead and put it on our Facebook page. We'd love
Yeah.
it.
Well, tell us about Kristin Lagana then while we're at it. Let's talk about
Oh,
Kristin
I was a
Lagana. You were in the marching
thespian.
band, correct?
Yes, I was in.
Oh, you were a thespian.
I was a thespian
You were in drama
and in band. So I was.
I was
like,
in band too,
I was an art freak.
but I was in
nerd.
jazz band, which is kind of cooler, a little cooler.
And then, of course, in my senior year, you know, when you get up to senior year and you have to take like a lot of, you know, they have to keep you in school for some reason. So you get a lot of like independent study classes.
Oh yeah. I was
So
good at
a
those.
lot of my time senior year, I was in the TV production, which is funny because now here I am
AV club.
back in the studio.
I wasn't
But
even in the AV club.
I was really excellent at editing video.
Really?
I got really good at that and then completely lost that skill, but I bet it's like a bicycle. I could just hop right back on that machine. But yeah, I was AV,
I'm sorry.
music.
WBAL on line 2 for Kristin Lagana.
Hey, this is Kristin Lagana. Of course, I'll be right down.
Oh, I guess you gotta go.
Gotta go.
So you were popular in high school. You were a popular girl.
I wasn't popular, but
Were you? Did you say you can't sit with us when people tried to sit
I
with
was
you? at lunch?
never at a table that was a you can't sit with us
It's
table.
so cruel.
Hey, we all
School can be cruel.
take different paths in lives, and here we are.
Look at us now. Boom.
So,
Well, that wraps up this week's edition of Week in Review. You can watch this episode and archive episodes online anytime on Facebook or YouTube by searching Arundel TV. Please tune in again next week for more highlights and news from around the county, and we'll see you next time.
Shout out South River Seahawks!
Seahawks, boom! Boom! Crofton Kraken.
Not a thing yet. Not a thing yet.